Hey fricksters, hey ballers, it's me. Merry Christmas, everybody! It's Christmas. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. Oh, it's Christmas. What? It's Christmas. What? So, today's video is gonna be a little mix of things, because I want to make this video like a decent length. So the first part of today's video is I'm gonna be doing a little haul of everything that I've gotten for Christmas so far. I have a little Reddit reading that we're gonna do because a couple of people, maybe like one person, I don't know, somebody said they wanted me to read Reddit stories, and I have no other ideas that I can like really do now in such a short amount of time. I've been very busy, so I'm just trying to get something small out. So yeah, we're gonna do that at the end, but first we're gonna do this little haul so you can see what I got. All right, here we go, guys. First off, ladybug socks, along with ladybug slippers. Pre-warning, you're about to see a lot of ladybugs. If you don't like ladybugs, maybe this isn't the video for you, because your girl kind of likes ladybugs. Next thing we got, a ladybug water bottle. How cute is that, guys? I love the little flowers and the spirals and the hearts. Oh, it's so cute. I'm gonna use it like all the time, guys. I swear. Oh, and I just threw it. Next thing I got, it's a freaking ladybug savings box. Next up, we have a bunch of lip masks. This one's coconut, this one's watermelon, then we have peach and grape, and we have aloe. I already tried them all on. I'm not about to try them all on for you guys, but my favorites are definitely the watermelon and coconut. I love those ones. They taste pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I did taste it a little bit. Next up, we have crumble cookie body wash and deodorant. It smells super good. It's strawberry crumb cake. Next, I got these socks. They're literally, they go up to my thighs. They are very, very long. Next up, I got this crochet kit. I don't know how to crochet, but my boyfriend does, so he's gonna come over and we're gonna crochet together. So I'll like show you guys results if I get them before this video comes out, and if not, then I'll show you in a different video. You'll see it. Next up, I got this little keychain. It's got a ladybug, and it's a little ladybug, so cutie. And then in here we have a little ladybug charm. And then lastly, I got this super cute ladybug blanket. It's super soft and I'm kind of in love with it. My mom also got me these really cute shoes. They look like Converse, but they're not Converse, but they look very similar, and Converse are like all I wear, so they're super cute, but she had to return them because they were too big for me. But it's okay, I'm gonna get them in a new size and maybe I'll show you guys. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that I got. Oh, wait, we're not done yet. One more thing. Pens, they're so cute. They have little butterflies and flowers. They're so cute. Now we're done. Hey ladies, welcome back. So it is now the next day. We're gonna be doing some Reddit stories. So I found two that are pretty decent length, so depending on how long this is, I may add some more at the end. They are r/am I the bum. If you feel me, you feel me. I'm trying to keep this channel PG-13 family friendly, so you know we don't cuss up in here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm just gonna chill and we're just gonna read together, and you're gonna help me decipher, is this person the bum here or not? We're gonna see. Alright, here we go. Am I the bum for ruining Christmas? And the verdict here was bum. My wife and I, 36 female and 36 male, have 2 children, Nora, 10 female, and Hayden, 8 male. In the weeks leading up to Christmas, Hayden started to get in a lot of trouble and had really bad behavior in general, which is surprising considering this has never happened before. We would often get notified by his school that Hayden had been getting himself into trouble. He had also been falling behind in his schoolwork and has often been getting low grades at school. His behavior isn't bad at home, but he can still sometimes be disrespectful to all of us, and he has been very verbally aggressive a few times.
My wife doesn't punish him and is going easy on him because he says he's struggling to cope with the fact that his best friend is now gone. Hayden's best friend moved away over Thanksgiving and it has been pretty hard on him. They've been best friends since Hayden was only 3. Both my wife and Nora have been gentle with him and have done things with him to keep his mind off the fact that his best friend is gone. It works for a while, but then it seems whenever Hayden goes back to school, the bad behavior comes back up again, and Hayden gets in trouble. Personally, I think Hayden deserves discipline for the amount of times he has gotten himself in trouble. Right before school got out for Christmas break, Hayden had been physically and verbally aggressive at school with both his classmates and his teacher. As a result, he was excluded from the class Christmas party and had to spend the afternoon in the principal's office. I was livid because Hayden's behavior was not getting any better and my wife was not doing anything about it. I decided that Hayden had to be disciplined because that was the only way his behavior would improve. After my wife went to bed on Christmas Eve night, I decided to take all of Hayden's presents and put hold and yo, what the frick is happening? After my wife went to bed on Christmas Eve night, I decided to take all of Hayden's presents and hold them until next year. I took everything out of what we put in his stocking and replaced it with some coal.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
That's actually kind of crazy. On Christmas morning, Hayden started crying after he saw that he didn't get any presents and got coal in his stocking. I told him that because he had been bad these past few weeks that he was put on the naughty list and that he should learn to behave if he wants any presents next year. My wife didn't know about this and took me aside and said she was infuriated that I would do such a thing and that I should have known how hard it has been for Hayden that his best friend was gone. I told my wife that discipline is the only way to fix his behavior and that he will get those presents next year, so it's not like he will never get his Christmas presents. Hayden was grumpy the whole day and it seemed to make everyone else grumpy. My wife told me it's all my fault for ruining everyone's Christmas, but personally I believe it was Hayden's behavior that ruined Christmas, because this wouldn't have happened if he wasn't being such a brat these past few weeks. Okay. Let's unpack this. Hayden, just to make sure everyone remembers, Hayden is 8 years old. Hayden is a child. Children process and grieve in such a different way than grown adults do, or like more mature, like teenagers and stuff. They process grief differently. And his friend, I'm assuming for a long time, yeah, since he was 3, so they've been friends for 5 years, and then he moved away. I would be grieving. That's grieving. Hayden is grieving his best friend that he's known and had in his life for 5 years. That's very reasonable to be grieving like that. And everybody grieves and processes things differently. And Hayden's a child. So, like, of course he's gonna be upset. Now, that doesn't necessarily excuse his behavior at school. He shouldn't be physically and verbally being aggressive. But, I think the way that the OP handled this was not cool at all. The mom had been understanding, and it's, the OP has a point where I can see where he's coming from, where it's like it gets to a point, you know, they've been like soft, gentle with Hayden and been like understanding, which W on the mom and the sister's part, because they can understand that he's grieving, so they're being gentle with him. If he was more present or close to his son, he could be able to understand, my son is grieving, and this is just how he's processing his grief. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't excuse his actions, because you shouldn't be verbally or physically aggressive. I can understand where OP is coming from, where it's like it gets to a point. We've been doing this for a while. You've had this time to grieve, and you're still, and despite the fact that we've been doing, that the wife and the sister have been doing activities for him and trying to get his mind off of it and just allowing him to feel that, he's still like acting this way, being negative and all those sorts of things at school too. And it's interfering with his learning as well. So it's understandable where it's like it gets to a point. But I think the father went the wrong direction in putting coal in his stocking and taking his presents and being like, Santa said you're a bad boy because you've been a brat. But I think OP just handled it the wrong way. The completely wrong way. I think what OP should have done, OP and mom as well, they should have sat him down and been like, okay, I get it. You're grieving. I understand. What can we do to help you? What can we do to like be there for you, instead of like assuming this is what Hayden needs, like how they it said that they've been gentle with him and have done things with him to keep his mind off of the fact that his best friend is gone.
It works for a while, then it seems whenever Hayden goes back to school, the bad behavior comes back. Instead of like just going out and doing things, talking to him and being like tell me what you need. Do you want to go do something? Would that make you feel better? Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to go see somebody about it? Do you want to call him, text him? I don't know, maybe to see what's up. Like, you know, I feel like talking and communicating with your kid is like much greater option than taking his presents. He's young. He doesn't understand, and now he's gonna think that he's doing. If you're putting into your brain that it's bad for him to grieve because you're not talking to him about it. If you would have talked to him about it and been like, I understand that you're grieving, but these behaviors are not acceptable. So if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it, but you can't act like this in school. That shows Hayden, okay, I'm allowed to grieve, but what I'm doing here, this is wrong. But what the OP did, that's just gonna make Hayden think, oh, I'm not allowed to grieve. Because Hayden's processing all his emotions, and it's coming out like this. So yeah, the verdict was that the OP was the bum here, and I completely agree. I think, OP, you're the bum, and you ruined Christmas. That could have gone way differently if OP would have just sat down and had a real conversation with his son, instead of resorting to that. Yeah, OP is the bum here. Next one, here we go. Am I the bum for ruining Christmas? Again, we have another one called Am I the bum for ruining Christmas? It's different, I promise, okay? I honestly don't think I ruined the upcoming Christmas, almost 2 months away. But lines have been drawn and shit has flown. I, 34 female, have never really liked my in-laws, but would always be polite, generous, and respectful. They're just so opposite to my family, and knowing what they've done to my wife, abuse, and neglect, I'm very good at keeping them at a distance, as does she. She's very low contact, and we see them about every 6 months for a couple of hours. For Christmas, her family will do a Secret Santa, which works well, as previously they would spend money they don't have on gifts that I ended up giving away. Dollarama, soaps, shampoo, Kleenex. I would always tell them I didn't want presents, but a card and a photo of them would be perfect. So I'm happy to have only one person giving me something, as I can be more direct and tell them I really don't want anything store-bought, as it's unnecessary. They shop this way for my wife too, so she tells them the same thing, sorry. Yesterday we went out to dinner with my mother-in-law. I told her I had picked her boyfriend's name and telling her the gift idea. These two are in the middle of a horrible breakup, but as I've known him for 10 years and it's not my business, I was going ahead as normal. My mother-in-law then said to me, he drew your name too, and was so pissed and said, why did he Whoa! He drew your name too and was so pissed and said, why did he have to get the person he hated the most? I had no clue this man felt this way about me. I had given him money, clothes, food, and clean their hoarder nest, because that's what I would do for my family, even if we're not close. I was pretty upset. After the dinner, I opened the Christmas group chat and wrote, I don't want any presents, but thank you, and left the group. I don't want a present from a person who doesn't like me or has bad intentions. He also has no job or any income, so I didn't want him to buy me anything, especially if he hates me. My sister-in-law lost her She messaged me stating she had worked so hard on Secret Santa, and I have ruined Christmas. She then called all the family members and told them I ruined Christmas, and it hit the fan. I asked her how me no longer attending ruined her event, and when there was no date or location, as they all have hoarder houses and we live 2 hours away and they won't drive here. But I was ignored. My wife has my back and basically told them all to go f themselves. But I'm a sensitive soul and I can't help but wonder, did I ruin Christmas? Okay, so there was no verdict here, so we're just gonna see my personal opinion. Okay, so what I'm hearing, I feel like this is a very straightforward answer. Like, no, you didn't ruin Christmas. I feel like OP went about this as well as they could. And mother-in-law just kind of sucking is kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie, because she was straight up like, oh yeah, he don't like you. That's actually kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. And the way OP handled this, actually, I would have done the exact same thing, because I mean, you've been putting up this family for long enough. If it were me, I wouldn't want to be giving or receiving gifts from somebody who doesn't even like me, you know? So I would have done the same thing. I think the sister-in-law is I think the OP is being very reasonable here, being like, we're not hosting the party in my house, like, this whole thing has nothing to do with me, so why are you telling me that I ruined it? Like, I would have had the same reaction, because genuinely the OP and the wife, OP's wife, have, according to what OP's saying, they're not like hosting the party or anything like that, so they're not like key factors. It's not like we were gonna have it at your house and now you canceled it, now we have to reschedule it or whatever, and that's not it. That's not the case. They weren't gonna have it at OP's house. I think I think the sister-in-law and everybody else here is a bum. I think OP and wife handled that perfectly, and I think they have really good communication skills just from the story alone, because they seem to be very, like, they know when to step away from a situation. You feel me? Do you feel me? I don't know if you feel me, but I feel me. So in conclusion, OP and wife are not bums here. Alright, so we're gonna do one last story for today. It's another Am I the Bum story. So here we go. Am I the bum for ruining Christmas for my boyfriend's family? The verdict is not the bum, but we'll see. Okay. Me, female, 20 years old. My boyfriend, female, 20 years old. Sorry, what? No. Me, female, 20s. My boyfriend, male, 20s. And his brother, male, 20s. Lived together peacefully for 2 years. A year ago, boyfriend's long distance... Oh, they're calling him B. Right? I don't... Yeah, sure. His brother, B, male, 20 years old, lived together peacefully for 2 years. A year ago, B's long-distance girlfriend, female 20s, moved in.
We were initially friends, but the dynamic quickly changed.
When I got a kitten, the girlfriend became paranoid, despite our cats getting along great, and blamed my kitten for every issue, no matter how unreasonable. I was told my 10-week-old cat should be trained not to enter her room after she left the door open and something broke. I spent months over-accommodating her to avoid conflict, constantly walking on eggshells. The core issue was that for 6 months, the girlfriend did virtually no housework, never touching a broom, dishwasher, or common area while staying home. Her boyfriend also became lazier, only doing the bare minimum. Me and my boyfriend were feeling overwhelmed with our work and school schedule, so I called a calm house meeting to suggest a chore rotation without naming names. They immediately became defensive and demanded an example of what they needed to clean. When I pointed out the dried barbecue sauce on the counters, they denied it, and the girlfriend accused me of attacking her. The brother reluctantly agreed to help, but essentially stopped speaking to me. The situation peaked when she neglected her cat's litter box, her only chore, for an entire week in our laundry room. When I politely asked her to scoop it daily due to the strong odor, she told me if it bothered me, I should do it, despite me already scooping 2 other boxes daily. I received a barrage? I don't know. Sure, barrage of texts where she accused me of bullying her and trying to make her look lazy. She sent an itemized list of grievances. Hamilton reference?
Nope.
No? Okay. Including the time I kindly offered them dinner while they were sick. The passive aggression escalated. She later got blackout drunk from the anxiety I caused her, and her boyfriend blamed me. Then she blamed my cat for the throw up in her shoe. It was constantly something either my cat did or some way I slighted her. What? I don't know. After another discussion, they agreed to try to get along for the Lee's remainder. We said hello in the morning, acted polite, even cracked a few jokes. I thought things were getting better. B and girlfriend said they had no issue with me and wanted things to be okay. Despite this, they canceled attending
Boyfriend and B's
grandfather's funeral because we were going, and they couldn't stand pretending to like me. My boyfriend angrily confronted his brother over this, and then they announced we had created an abusive environment, left abruptly in 2 days, flipped us off while departing, and stuck us with the full rent and bills. We have been blocked ever since. Every year, my boyfriend's large family gathers at a cabin for Christmas. Now, the siblings are divided and arguing over who should attend, me and boyfriend or the brother and girlfriend. The stress is threatening to cancel the long-standing family tradition. Some siblings are blaming me for ruining Christmas by starting the conflict. I feel like I started a terrible domino effect. Am I the bum? Short answer, no. What? Okay, let's break this down. So, we have OP's boyfriend and OP's boyfriend's brother. They lived together peacefully for 2 years. And then the girlfriend came along. So, like, immediately, girlfriend comes along and then there's a whole change. So, girlfriend's got something going on. But she comes in, OP says they were initially friends, but that changed whenever, the OP got a kitten. I don't know what was happening here, but it says the girlfriend became paranoid, and started blaming OP's kitten for every issue. Just started kind of being a bum. And so the OP is over here like, I'm just gonna go along with it, and it was being, in her words, over-accommodating to avoid conflict. Here's where I think OP messed up a little bit. I get wanting to be over-accommodating to avoid conflict. I hate conflict personally, but I've learned to suck it up. Because if conflict needs to happen, sometimes conflict needs to happen for issues to be resolved. Sometimes that's just how it works. OP could have had a conversation with girlfriend and seen how things went from there. Instead of just being like, oh, yep, whatever you say, I got it. And walking on eggshells, she really pushed herself into that corner. I'm not saying that OP is the one in the wrong here, but in a bigger picture, you can't control other people, you can only control yourself. So OP can't make the girlfriend change. OP can only control OP's self, you know? So if I were OP, I would recognize that and then been like, okay, let me do what I can and have a conversation. It went on for 6 months. Girlfriend continued to do no housework at all. And then boyfriend's brother did less and less and less, bare minimum. OP finally calls in a calm meeting. And they immediately became defensive. And then it says the situation peaked when girlfriend neglected her cat's litter box. And then she's like, if it bothers you, OP, you can do it. See, that's where I would have been like, okay, you can get out of my house. I don't know if they're in an apartment or an actual house, but it seems to me that the boyfriend and OP like own or they're paying for all this stuff. But anyway, yeah, you can get out. You can get out, buddy. Especially, no, because I think they would have definitely, OP and boyfriend definitely had the right to be like, yeah, get out. Because of the fact that, OP's brother and OP's brother's girlfriend are doing so little. It would have been very reasonable to be like, yeah, if you're not gonna listen or help out in any way, you can get out of my house. It may not be my house, but you can get out of my house because it's definitely not your house. You're doing literally nothing. Then finally, they talked again and were like, okay, for the remainder of this lease, I guess we could chill. And it seemed like they were chill. They were like, yeah, we out of here. Frick you, we out. And the whole thing with the siblings arguing and all that kind of stuff, I just like, that's just childish. I would have just ghosted everybody, to be honest. I would have just ghosted everybody and been like, yeah, bye. Yeah, my verdict is OP and boyfriend are not the bums here. It is brother and girlfriend. They are definitely the bums here. They should have been pitching in. I don't know why girlfriend is such a bum, literally for no reason. Like, what did OP do to you? So, yeah, there's my verdict. Okay, my beautiful people, that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing all my little gifts and all these little Reddit stories. Let me know if you enjoyed these stories, and also let me know in the comments your thoughts on the stories, who you think is really the bum and all the stories. And let me know if you want me to do more Reddit stories, because I actually kind of enjoyed this and I would really love to get some input. If you want me to do more, you can DM me and send me some stories you want me to do. I would actually love that. And yeah, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Merry Christmas. I hope you enjoy all the things that you guys got. And yeah, okay, I love you guys so much. You're beautiful, you're amazing, you're gorgeous, you are so wonderful. I love you. Thank you for watching this video, and goodbye.